In this video, we'll cover a few best practices for making sure that your Zoom video isn't choppy. Our first best practice is, if possible, make sure your computer is plugged directly into the internet and not on Wi-Fi. In order to verify that you have enough speed, we recommend going to fast.com. This is Netflix's speed test, and that'll tell you whether or not your internet is going to be fast enough and reliable enough. As you can see in my video, I'm getting about 100 megabits per second. Zoom only requires about 2 megabits per second. So as long as this number is above 2 and our unit is Mbps, we should have enough speed for Zoom. Also, on this test, we'll want to hit Show More Info, and you'll want to check your upload speed as well. As you can see here, I'm averaging about 9.7 up. We also want this number to be at least 2 Mbps. Once we've checked that, we also want to make sure that we're not really running anything else while Zoom is running if possible. You can see down here I've just got a couple of Chrome tabs open, Zoom, and my system settings, so I'm not really running anything else right now. Additionally, if you're in a Zoom meeting, you can navigate to the little gear icon in the top right corner to open up Settings. You can then click on Statistics, where you'll get some information about the audio and video, and also even screen sharing. You can see right now I'm getting 50 milliseconds of latency, which is pretty good. Anything honestly under about a couple hundred, like 300 and below, generally pretty acceptable. What you're more going to be concerned about is this packet loss number right here. I'm showing 0% on a good network connection. Anything above, about 5-10%, you'll expect to be seeing issues. You can also check over on the video section, and we'll see, again, about the same numbers for latency and jitter, and the same numbers for packet loss as well. What may be also interesting, if you feel like you're kind of going in slow motion or really choppy, will be your frame per second number. You'll want higher numbers are better, but that will be determined by your webcam quality. So we may ask you, if you're having issues, to check these latency numbers, these frames per second numbers, and also jitter or packet loss. Basically just send us a screenshot of this screen, and that'll give us some more information to work with. Of note, you do need someone in your meeting, otherwise you will not see the receive column on here, which helps show what the people in your meeting are experiencing. So basically, we just want these numbers to all be as low as possible, except for frames per second, which we want to be as high. One of the other things we can do is, if we're experiencing issues with Zoom, we can try using a different service if possible. We can try using Google Meet if we're experiencing issues with Zoom. Google Meet does pretty much the same things as Zoom, is just as easy to use, and they've recently added more controls for teachers to ensure that students can't do things like unmute themselves if the teacher doesn't want them to, or kick the teacher out of the room. So Google Meet is a good alternative to consider using if Zoom in particular is giving you problems. The last thing that you can do is you can consider switching to an asynchronous model of learning rather than the synchronous one. While we understand that there are some things that you absolutely have to have in a synchronous fashion, that is, both you and the student there at the same time, for a lot of content, you can go ahead and just throw it in Google Drive and send them a video, or go ahead and hop on YouTube and click that Create a Video button. If you need any more advice on how to make a YouTube video and upload that, we've got a guide to that linked in the video description. If you're still having issues, feel free to reach out.